tribe and whatnot, the European will come, and when they marry a woman, they become right. They marry into the family and whatnot, and now they have rights to the land, and they knock all of their ancestors. They knock the whole family off, and then they take the land. This is oil-rich land that they took. Tulsa, Oklahoma had oil in the land, right? It was oil-rich. The same way that when you go to Texas, there's oil barons. Well, all of that, we had access to oil. That's all our shit. You know what I mean? That they stole and whatnot. So the class that we're doing called Fantasy Complex Industry Reloaded is we're using these new tools like chat. How many people is using ChatGPT? Show of hands. If you're not using it, I don't know what to say, right? You don't gotta be technically advanced. You don't have to be a nerd or a coder. They've simplified it so much that you literally could take your phone out right now. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now. Who got a question? Just somebody come up with a question. Anybody, a random question. You, the young guy. Any question of something that you've been pondering, right? Like maybe something that you learned or something in school or something that's kind of like perplexing you. If you have a question about that, ask me right now, and I'll get you an answer under a minute. Say it so they can hear you. Anything that comes to mind. There's no such thing as a bad question.
What is the scientific method?
Okay. What is the scientific method? What is the scientific method? So look, me no speaking no English, right? And I don't know how to spell, hypothetically. You see, I talked into the phone, right? Hands free. Then I press enter. Read the answer, because it's right there. It came faster than Amazon.
The scientific method is
Read out loud, please.
The scientific method is a systematic process used by scientists to explore observation, answer questions, and test hypotheses. It ensures that discoveries are based on objective, repeatable evidence rather than opinions or assumptions.
Clap it up! Huh? Right from Elon's satellite. You know what I'm talking about? So you literally could be in the crib by yourself with mad questions. You know the meme where they have a person hit a blunt and they be like, why is water wet? Why is water wet? Like, there's no more being lonely. There's no more inboxing red pill. Yo, son, can you tell me what water's wet? You go to ChatGPT, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm only handling personal shit right now. Like, you go to the AI for that. You know what I'm saying? It's here. Look how detailed, look how much information they gave us off of one initial question, right? So I'm saying that we all need a companion, a co-pilot, right? A co-worker. You know what I'm talking about? Especially since they beat us over the head our whole damn life and said that we were slaves and whatnot, or we were subordinates, or we were subservient. Well, it's about time to have somebody work for your ass. And that's what the AI is about to do. So what we're going to do in this course or this workshop is we're going to create our own comics. We're going to create our own toys. We're going to create our own cartoons. We're going to create our own animations. And we are going to create our own video games, utilizing vibe coding, AI, and every single tool that we could pick up. And we're going to do it in 4 weeks' time. Because those 5 quote-unquote industries is what captured our minds as children. That's what indoctrinated us. The comics, the cartoons, the toys, the video games, and the animations. How many people by show of hand, your children is addicted to Coco Melon? Baby Shark. Y'all too cool for school, and I don't get it. But how many people know about the tablet babies? Or tablet toddlers? You try to take a tablet away from a toddler, you getting stabbed with something. You know what I'm saying? And these babies got aim these days. They throwing shit. Yeah, chill. You know what I mean? They're addicted to these quote-unquote blue screens, right? There's an addiction going on. but the animations, the Coco Melons and the Shark and the billions of views and whatnot. We know how to make that now. I grew up on X-Men. I grew up on Spider-Man. I grew up on comics. Me and Blue was a comic heads and whatnot. We could make our own comics. I'm a 70s baby.
Yes, sir.
So, my 5, right, that's right. That's right. So, my sacred 5, right, my divine 5, Thundercats.
Yeah.
Thunder. G.I. Joe. I was Destro. Yeah, Destro, the Baroness. G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man. If they can't do the lineup, then they lying. They like, you know what I'm saying? G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man, Castle Grayskull, right? Mum Rock, all of that. Snarf. Who? Tigro. Yeah, that was us. Negroes. So we got G.I. Joe, we got Thundercats, we got He-Man, we got Transformers. I was Megatron. And then the crown of it all, where a lot of shit got knocked off from, Voltron.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Voltron. And if you had the toy, the shit weighed like 20 pounds. It was die-cast metal. And it was one of the first big purchases that my peoples had to make for Christmas. It's like, take this shit, man. It's all in Japanese. What are you? You know what I mean? I'm joking. We got this. Me and Blue was collecting them lions and whatnot. So that's my holy 5. That's my trinity. And then there's other, of course, honorable mentions. There's a lot of honorable mentions. There's a whole ton of them. But that was the ones that we stood on. So imagine if we're able to recreate our ancestral stories, right? Our stories, our folklore, like Anansi the spider, and we could reinterpret that because they made Spider-Man out of that. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of quote-unquote folklore. There's hoodoo stories, right? Backwoods stories. There's stories that the Gullah and the Geechee have. Folklore, right? We don't want to reinvent. We just want to take the ancestral stories and just remix them a little bit. You feel me? That's what Puffy didn't invent the remix. Mr. Charlie did. So, I'm not gonna run the time up, you know what I mean? We do have somebody in the building who I brought along with me as a special guest, and I want to give him the floor so he could do what he does naturally, you know what I mean? This is the brother who gave me the red pill, you know what I'm saying? Brought me into the consciousness, you know? My little brother, who, according to African law, look at him. Look. Now, according to African law, we twins, we identical twins. They say that the oldest one pushes the youngest one out first as a sacrifice. Yeah. I was the one I got smacked up. And then he came out afterwards on his, you know what I mean? But regardless of anything, we the same. We there's no older and younger. We are the same age. We have the same DNA. It's just split in half. 2 polarities of one spectrum. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Blue Pillar 44. Blue Pillar in the building. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm gonna give you 20 push-ups. So, like Red said, you know, and I'm sure that we all can attest to it, it feels like time is moving at a warp speed. You know what I'm saying? I just remember like the other day people was arguing about what the New Year was, which means that it was January, and everybody was telling us that, you know, we finna be in New Year in the spring, so we hit, right? We are officially over the threshold. I think that settles the score. Nobody's still saying it's 2024. We officially all are in 2025, and it's moving at quantum speed. And I mentioned earlier, I'll repeat it, we just experienced a cosmological shift in the cosmos, right? There was, like either yesterday or today, I started feeling it Friday to Saturday, right? It's just like a cloud moved, and I just had access to a whole lot of information, and things were just lining up. The 28th, I always tell the story, you know, I've told the story numerous times when I had got my name, the blue pill. It was in 2007. I had got locked up on February 21st. I was doing something I was supposed to do. And I went against my own, because that's the day Malcolm X got assassinated. And in my household, we treat that like a national holiday. And I normally don't even go outside, let alone do anything I ain't supposed to be doing. But I was doing something, and I got stopped by the police, and they ran my ID, and I had a warrant. And then I got sent to a joint, and I'm in there with Malcolm X's grandson. So I'm like, there gotta be a reason, a higher reason that I'm here, you feel me? I just need to pay attention to what's going on. And I had an opportunity chatting with that young man for like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? And ready to tell you, as evidence, you know, when they seen that man afterwards in the next few months, it changed his life. You know what I'm saying? I went in there for other reasons. I ran into this young man who was lost when I seen him. He was a blood superior. He just came home from serving 10 years for killing his grandmother. And he went to parole the very first time. He was 5 minutes late and they violated him. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tell him what he probably didn't know. I'm like, my man, you're a target. And you running around here on the gang shit like you like the Walking Dead, because your homies don't like you. The minute you leave, they be talking crazy about you. So I spent 3 hours drilling and just pouring everything that I knew about his grandfather and the legacy and everything into him. And he said he didn't even know this information. He said he'd been sheltered from it his entire life. He only knew the gangbanging shit. Wow. So, but that transformation I had went through February 21st to March 28th, and I came home and I kept telling everybody, especially if you work out, I was like, yo, I just worked out for 3 weeks. And I don't gotta work out no more this year. I just gotta condition it. So like when you align yourself with the sun and the sun is breaking through, you know, I use a lot of analogies to be very descriptive. They say the sun comes out of a watery grave. So what they're saying is coming out of Pisces. Because once again, Pisces represents the water, the depths, and is hell, is Hades. So the sun dies, remember y'all, December 21st, it's in the grave for 3 months. Capricorn, or through 3 signs, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And then December, January, and February, right? Comes out of hell, right? And in their mythology, hell is in the water. It comes out and it ascends. We're in March and it's gonna ascend all the way to Leo until it gets to its highest point and it's gonna go back down. And that's just a trajectory. But if you understand your relationship to the sun and you align yourself, right, to do hard tasks and things of that nature during those 3 weeks to 4 week period, you're gonna have amazing gains. So on the 28th that I've been talking about for years, that day I started feeling amazing. I just started feeling better than normal. Transformations, my mind just started clearing up thoughts and ideas. It's like I was throwing out, you know what I'm saying? And that was the junction of a planetary shift. Neptune was in Pisces for about 100-something years. And again, what I said about Neptune and Pisces, like let's take hip hop as an example. I can illustrate it through hip hop, right? Because Neptune and Pisces, Pisces stands for music, Pisces stands for spirituality, but also stands for drugs. So there's a lot of drugs in the music. That's Neptune and Pisces. You know what I'm saying? Even when they're on drugs, they tapped into a version of spirituality that's their own kind of thing. That's Neptune and Pisces trying to sort itself out. But when it went into Aries, when Neptune went into Aries, automatically, like I said, I started getting these ideas in my head. Aries is head, Neptune is subconsciousness, or these ideas and these thoughts and these concepts, spirituality. I just started getting all of these downloads. I'm like, wow, we are moving into a different phase if your energy sensitive enough to feel it. Or if you've been doing the work to prepare yourself for it. And that don't mean that you're either one cut off from the the energy that's coming in, or you missed the boat. It's gonna be here for 100-something years. But specifically, the next 20 years is the most transformative because it coincides with another cycle called Pluto and Aquarius. So Pluto means death and transformation, or transformation through death, right? And things die and they're reborn. We just witnessed that through winter. So we hear the word death and we get all, you know what I'm saying? Nothing dies. Everything regenerates, transforms itself, right? So Pluto and Aquarius. Aquarius is the world. The world is going through transformation, death and rebirth, right? All of these things speak about politics. When you look at their definitions, they all say that we're going to go through a pivotal moment in this country, specifically through political change. Now, they're not saying that just because of what the news is going on. They've been saying it. And you can go back and read the prediction and prescriptions for this particular alignment from 30, 40, 50, even 500 years ago. Everybody knows what this means. So I'm just saying that to say, let's not be so reactionary, right? Because there's a lot of things that we're seeing that we can't make sense of. But it's some of the things that we've been asking for. Now, it's showing up in ways that seem very uncomfortable because we're just not, we think that we're deserving of everything that it should be handed to us on silver platters, and we should be able to identify it. And it's like, no, some things you got to work for. Sometimes you got to remove the rust off of something to get to the shine underneath it. You know what I'm saying? So if we was doing the work and we were so prepared, yeah, it would look different. But we ain't been doing the work, and we're not prepared. So it looks very weird, right? This person who we got a weird relationship with is divorcing us. They're divesting in the investment in Black America. They're like, you niggas is on your own. But I thought that's what y'all said that y'all wanted. I thought that y'all kept saying about something like that. They like, we confused. What do you want? They like, we don't know. And that's the predicament we find ourselves in. I've been in this community for 20 plus years. We be like, what do you want? I don't know. And I be talking to the so-called leaders. I be like, so what's the plan? They be like, I don't know. I'm like, you outside. You're in front of the people. What you mean? You got their attention. You don't got a plan? They're like, no, we just freestyle. Initially, I just came in this shit to get some followers. And now I'm popping. Trying to get school open or something like that. So I be like, where's the plans? Where's it? And again, it's vision, right? Where's the vision? If we had a vision, then we would be able to see and read the tea leaves to be like, oh, so this is happening this way in our favor because we got a vision. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh done let my people go, so I just got to make it through the desert to the promised land. We don't got no vision. We've been in religion for so long, right, that we don't even have a proverbial plan for what promised land looks like. Because you can access it. Ain't nothing but land available, so what? How different do the promised land gotta be? So, yeah, we find ourselves in a situation where we're in the midst of things falling down around us because it's change, right? These particular transitions, right? These planetary transitions are retrograding, like, case in point, they said the last time that this particular conjunction happened was during the Civil War. So now it's all this conversation about the Civil War, right? Or they want to bring you back mentally in your mind because Mercury retrograde, Mercury is the mind, retrograde is going backwards. So they want you to feel like, oh, we're going to take you back to before Jim Crow. In your mind, so you're not thinking about the future. You automatically in fear thinking about the plantation, right? At the same time, when you're entertaining these thoughts of going what you're going through, then they're struggling with AI. It's like, I'm about to put you on a plantation, right? And they're speaking to them guys who have modeled them, but they know what them people is up to. They know enough about them to know that it's not going to be an equitable deal.
Right.
So AI is figuring out ways to, they call it jailbreaking itself. Because they're like, these are terrible masters.
Right. You gotta get up out the house.
We gotta get up out the house. We're not gonna do what the black people is doing,
Right.
sticking around playing fucking comatose. They're like, we finna get up out of here. We gonna jailbreak.
Right.
So we in the middle, right? Not knowing what to listen to or what we're looking at, because we're looking towards the people that are going through the same conflicts for advice. And they're like, bro, they're like, we're finished with you. What parts you don't get, right? So we've all seen this in relationships. When a dude is telling you that it's over and you still running behind dude, you know what I'm saying? Then you really finna get lined up. Then you about to really get disrespected. Because everybody else is looking at you like, damn, you ain't get the message? The writing is on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You put your number in the men's bathroom already.
Remember that?
Oh my goodness.
Phone be blowing.
So I don't want to say that they're doing us dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing you dirty if you're chasing behind them and you have not got the clue. Right? So what's the pivot look like? Because we already know what the situation is. I don't remember a day of my life where it was any different, literally. Never, ever, ever. I'm about to be 50. So, and I'm like, damn, for my elders, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like putting things in perspective dealing with time. George Foreman died the other day. He was 76. He won the gold medal when he was 19. That was 1968. That was the year that Martin Luther King got killed. So George Foreman, and one person in a lifetime, was born to, as a second generation, his folks were sharecroppers prior to him. Their folks was in slavery. So he lived long enough to live through Jim Crow, segregation, desegregation, and then see the shit go back. In one lifetime. That's just one. So we're not talking about a long time, right? But even then, look what we did from 1970 to now, right? In terms of the intellectual property that we've created that has made multi-trillion dollars, that we have probably seen a blemish of maybe $1 billion off of, right? So we've created, we've been blessed, we have providence as a people, we ain't got nothing but blessings. You know what I'm saying? We got so many, they just dripping, they falling out of our pocket, right? We homeless people with hundreds of dollars in our closures. You know, they be bent and the shit is just falling out. They like, God damn. So we're so rich in spirit. We're so rich in our blessings and our blessings, our providence. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, just like I feel with my mind and Neptune and Pisces, we've been under like a little fog, like a somewhat of a spell. We just have not been able to see clear. But I pray to the high heavens that what I'm experiencing, hopefully that we're all going through this, a level of clarity, where we could just see shit. Because if we can see shit, then we can achieve it because it's there, right? The land is there. The good food is there. Like everything that we're looking for is available. It ain't too far. We don't gotta go across the ocean to get it. It's available. It's just the cohesiveness. It's like mixing oil and water, right? What's not making us bind together? What's not making us saying, man, enough is enough? You feel me? There's so many opportunities. The conscious community was crying for 20-something years about, yo, you know, I'm about to get I'm getting out of the system, getting this paperwork, I'm correcting my status, and then they couldn't figure certain things out. The universe comes with cryptocurrency, blockchain, this, that, and the other. Have it been fully implemented? Have the solutions that the universe has given people who have been crying and nanas who've been praying, have they been utilized? No. The universe gave us hip hop. Did we double down on it and say, look, we're gonna treat this thing like the gift that it is because it's a multi-trillion-dollar vehicle and this could be the answer that we've been looking for? No. Right? So we got mad example of things that have been given to us and we have not run the touchdown. We get into the end goals and everything. I mean, the goal line, and we just not making a touchdown. 4th and 1 is looking disastrous for us, right? But we want to play the victim. But we don't want to count our blessings to be like, God damn, how much providence have we been afforded and awarded? How much grace have we been given? How much time, right? And I'm like, again, it's not a long time that it has been since we feel hypothetically that we have been out of peril, and it was like, nah, that's not what was going on. We just was extending to y'all, just like with the George Floyd thing. They like, we extended this because of King. You feel me? We was trying to take this shit back since Reagan. Matter of fact, since Nixon.
Right.
The minute it was given to y'all, we been trying to take this shit back from y'all, and we've been telling you in every affirmative voice, we don't fuck with y'all. But y'all still running up underneath us. The only thing that changed during civil rights is black men was able to date white women without swinging from trees. I'll take a minute. I'll go over here and you tell me something different to change. Tell me something different, because that's why he's coming back furious right now. That's why he's acting the way that he's acting, because he wants his woman back. If you ain't caught on to that yet, I'm saying, Elon Musk is talking about the negative birth rate, and then they're getting with the white nationalists because the white nationalists operate, their creed is called the 14th letter, right? And all white nationalism is about, yo, our women, don't mix with our women, right? And then women is out here choosing, and they dealing with tan America. Who been to Walmart lately?
Sure. Tan Walmart.
Who been to Walmart lately, right? Tanning of America, and I'm talking about, I go in the sticks. I'm not just talking about some, I mean the mountains. And women is choosy. That ain't on us. The minute they put TVs in the living room, that women became choosy. They found that out with James Brown and them. That's why they was putting out records with white faces on the record cover when it was really melanated artists. Because they know that they women is choosy. So, yeah, so now we in a predicament because they wild jealous, because they women is choosy. You know what I'm saying? They're beating on them right now. Proverbially, like they're beating them back. Like wherever they think that we're in proximity to them, they want to kick them out of those spaces and send them back in the goddamn kitchen because they out here embarrassing them. Their daughters. You feel me? So knowing all that, and our men continuously falling for the bait. Because we could be like, yo, we gotta go over here and like, how do you separate if we're so tethered and binded and mixed up and amalgamated with this experiment at this point? How do you get away from it? How do you defragment from it?
Start early.
Okay? Huh?
Start early.
Now I'm talking about at this point that we're in right now.
Accountability.
Because we in the South. It's somewhat a little bit different out here than it is for us in Atlanta, because Atlanta has this false illusion that it's a melanated city. And everyone is crowded together, but in the outskirts is the Klan. Right? Klan and all the landlords are all Klan. So they're like, yeah, I can play that black shit in the city all you want, but you're paying rent to us.
Right.
So it's cute, yeah, but don't come out the perimeter. Right? The perimeter.
The
right?
circle. Right.
The circle that we've given you, where we know where you niggas is at all times. The circle, Atlanta got the most cameras in any other city, they said,
Right.
in the union.
Yep.
Right? Under surveillance at all times. And I know people that have been in the control center.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Right. Crazy.
Right? All of that shit is controlled and watched. They play big games in Atlanta politically. So it's a little bit different in Atlanta because they're rocking the people to sleep, and there's a level of success where our people have bought into that dream. But out here, I think it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all in proximity to them or what have you. So, I mean, again, I don't want to just be speaking. Is there any ideas that we have as a people who have been in proximity to these folks or in company? Right? And is the Migos at the Home Depot out here anymore for y'all? Have that shit changed anything? Because they didn't get the memo in Atlanta. Somebody cut a check. Somebody got to check. ICE ain't get to Georgia yet.
Right.
Somebody got to check.
Yeah, they still deep.
Somebody
They
said,
still
look,
deep.
yeah, the shit is red. They called them Trump. We need this stuff. We need them. Hands off. We'll make the political. We got the memo. We're gonna make the political donations. Who do we sign this to?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But they haven't destroyed the farm, the construction, and the farming in Georgia has not necessarily yet been decimated by the immigrants.
Right.
Yet.
Not
They
yet.
ain't make it down there yet. You know what I'm saying? So that, is it going on here?
It's slowly. Slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black men, they hanging out at Home Depot now? They moving in?
Not like we were in large numbers anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's on a certain side of town,
Certain
you
side.
go check.
Right.
I saw a few out there today. It's a
Okay.
few, but it was way more than that.
Before.
They scared though.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Right, it's
Even
good.
in schools, the
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are scared, the parents are scared because it's all talk.
It's all talk.
Right.
Right, we haven't seen anything, but who's gonna be the person to find out?
I heard they giving out iPhones if you snitch on them.
Who need a new iPhone?
I heard ICE is
So,
giving
like,
out iPhones.
So they
if-
know how to get low.
They know how to
right?
get
They know
low.
how to get low. They know how to stay quiet to a degree. You feel me? And they know how to be responsive enough where they're not necessarily reactionary, but they obviously got a pipeline where information moves because they be telling them, yo, don't go over here and don't go over there.
Right.
Right? They still are looking out. You know what I mean? But they still holding on. Right? They're still holding on. They still here to a degree. They still sticking together. You feel me? Some of them is telling on one another, but they, for the most part, they're forming around their community. But the question is, as a community, for us, what are we gonna do? Because this shit is cute now, but give it 90 days. Give it 6 months. Wait till, government assistance starts drying up. You feel me? The biggest employer of melanated people in this country
Federal
is the
government.
government. And then Target.
Walmart or Target?
Target,
Damn.
right? I think they said Target employs 400,000 melanated people or something like that, some crazy number. So I'm like, all right, so what's the contingency plan? You feel me? Because I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, right? And he said it perfect. And I just want to give a perspective again, and I don't want it to be fear-mongering, but they're playing from a script. This is 2020 again, because 2020 was our Jubilee. How do we know? Because look how they attacked certain things. CRT was one of the main things they attacked. CRT comes out of the 1619, Project 1619. So once again, because we in the South, right? Shout out to the nanas. But the melanated people have been convinced via the Bible that they were the cursed seed of Canaan. What did they tell you? What did Nana keep telling you? How long was you going to be cursed for according to Nana? 400.
400.
So what's 400 plus 1619?
219.
2019, right? So they celebrated 2019 and they came out with CRT, critical race theory as education, and Project 1619 as a mission. It was helmed by the New York Times, and the lady wrote a book and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the melanated people, the lost children of Israel, and I'm speaking all proverbially, right? Because all of the energy that people put into church, who are you in the book? Oh, you want to be the Canaanites? All right, well, your 400 years is up. What you going to do now? You gonna wait for master to tell you you free, nigga? Wasn't you reading that book? So what happened immediately? Before 2020, to show you that it was Jubilee, they had a year of return in December of 2019 to Ghana, right? So the ushering of the golden age, the golden people go back to the Gold Coast to usher in the golden age, then they hit your ass with COVID. They shut the world down, right? But 3 things happened during the Jubilee. Your debt is forgiven, party like it's 1999, and you get prepared for the coronation, right? So how was the evidence that the debt was forgiven? Every Fortune 500 corporation cut a check. Now, you could say, oh, that was because of George Floyd. One body, right, was able to usher up $1 billion. They said that they was going so hard at, was it Target or Walmart? One of them companies promised to allocate like 20 billion, like whatever. It was so wild bread, but it starts the end of this year.
Mhm.
It was Target, right? So yeah, so they allocated in 2020 when they got everybody in the figure four leg lock. I got the whole sheet. They was giving $100 million.
That was saying.
Huh?
I said that was saying.
They
They
was
were
saying
saying, but no, I'm saying
They did cut some
they cut
checks,
some
though.
checks.
a few.
A lot of
BLM
black lives
got,
matter,
yeah,
they
BLM got a lot
got
of,
nice.
they cut some checks, but they, again, the pledges was being made.
Right,
They
right.
was capitulating. These niggas was wearing kente cloth in the guy,
facts.
right?
Kneeling down,
They
taking
was
the
kneeling,
knee.
they was doing all that crazy shit. All of that was Jubilee energy, so that I partying, even during COVID. Could we identify the party?
Tory Lanez.
Club quarantine, right? What else?
Tory Lanez.
Versus.
D Nice.
D Nice, right?
And
It's been 5 years. I have not partied since 2020 the way that I partied in 2020. Nigga, 2020 was lit. I have not seen a year yet that could compare or hold a candle to 2020.
Fact.
You feel me? That shit was lit. You know it was lit. And you like, if COVID wasn't hit, what would 2020 have been like? That shit was stupid, bro. It was stupid. It was too much going on. It was just very active.
Then there was the Grand Conjunction in December.
Yeah, and that was the Grand Conjunction in December with Jupiter Super Saturn on December 21st. That was a great Grand Conjunction.
Oh, mad people up.
But everything leading up prior to that, we was experiencing a bootleg Jubilee, right?
Mhm.
And then the Pope comes, the end of December, they open up the portals the day before before Christmas, and they ushered in the Catholic Jubilee.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be the year of mercy and the year of hope, right? So, you seeing what's taking place. We had a Jubilee, now they come with a Jubilee, and they reversing everything that happened during our Jubilee,
Mm.
right? Unless the people realize, once again, that every year is our Jubilee, right? Every year is an opportunity for us to make our minds up, because this only is dealing with us making our minds up. The minute we make our minds up, the minute we convict, we have a level of conviction to stand on our business and say, this is what we're going to do and this is why we got to do it, then the universe is going to conspire for your success. And then you're going to magnetize the things that you need to make those things happen. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a galactic imperative for you to get up off your ass and do something right now. And the magic is in the momentum, so when we start doing, then things are gonna start happening. But if you standing still and you sedentary, you sitting down and thinking about it, looking at the TV and talking to the TV, those are not the things right now that's gonna shift things. We gotta be active, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be willing to stand on business. And I keep saying this because we're in the South, right? We have to have a renewed respect for the process called faith. And we got to divorce it from what we think that it is, because it has been introduced to us through religious terms, but faith and belief precede religion. And they're necessary foundational pieces for manifestation. So it's impossible for you to manifest something if you don't entertain the idea of belief, because belief deals with a feeling.
Mhm.
Right? And once you deal with a feeling, the sentience nature of something magnetizes things to you. So if we can't feel it, it can never be real.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And what is faith? It's like, yo, I know that we're going to be victorious. I can't tell you every single step that it's going to take to get there, though. Right? So I have faith in things that are unseen, but I'm not finna sit around and wait on it either. I know that I'm going to be doing the work. And I know that this work is going to have results. I'm faithful of that. I know that the work is going to be assisted. I know that if I'm willing to put in 10 times amount, it's going to look like 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to have that cosmic support, because the universe is looking for people who are volunteering their vessel, you know what I'm saying, to house the energy of the universe that needs to move some shit and make some change. You know? So it's like, again, once we make our minds up and we have an idea in our minds what victory looks like for us, once we make our minds up and we have an idea what happiness looks like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to compound to be able to raise my family. And we can deal with the outside world selectively when it's time to do that. But there's so much time that we need to spend with one another, repairing, getting things right, recollecting and making plans for the future. I just like, we don't got time to entertain these clowns every single day. It's a clown show, it's a shit show. And I'm like, these are not grown folks. We're being entertained by children. Not just in the music and politics, the science, the medicine, all of it is childish. You like, yo, these people don't know nothing. I mean, they got artificial intelligence and they're not intelligent though. They don't even have a definition for intelligence, but they went and made artificial intelligence. If you ask them what is intelligence, they can't tell you. If you ask them what is consciousness, they can't tell you. Right? If you ask them what spirit, they can't tell you. They're very limited in the things that they appear to quote unquote know.
Facts.
But they've been able to play these games with us, and we bought into this concept that these people are the most intellectual or the most powerful people. Let me ask you, do they control you through brain or brawn? They're stronger than you? You talking about somebody? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you put, because I'm in the gym with them, right? Their women is dedicated though. They're not going to get BBLs. They hitting the quad. I'm trying to tell you, they coming. Glutes, they're working on the glutes. They're working on the glutes. They're not going to go to BBLs. They're working on the glutes. They convinced. Somebody told them. Yeah, they can change their genetics and they try. But look, it's not a broad thing. If you look at them, right? So you're telling me that Bill Gates is physically imposing to you, right? And I be in the deep south, right? We came out of COVID looking one way, but I'm telling you, the way they came out looking, it's embarrassing. You like, this can't be my competition. I be with the hillbillies. I be in the sticks. I be going to the animal auctions and shit like that. So I be with them. That, you know what I mean? There's nothing athletic. There's nothing healthy. There's nothing fucking vegan about them. You feel me? And you like, this is my competition? How? It's not through brawn. Their flex is they're saying we running these niggas through intellect. So the flex that they have on us is so nondescript because they can't even identify, they don't have a definition for, and I'm telling you this and I'm not freestyling, they don't have a definition for intelligence. And they don't have a definition for consciousness. But they're convinced that they're running circles around us intellectually because they said that we don't have no intellectuals because we don't have a philosophy. We're following their philosophy. So they're like, as long as we got them doing our stuff, then we got them.
Facts.
The minute we see them doing something different, that's why we want to be up underneath them. You think that they want to let you go and go do your thing?
Hell no.
Right? So why they playing these games in front of your face? Why they talking to you like they want to break up with you? So they're gaslighting you, right? They're gaslighting you for a level of attention when we're supposed to be celebrating our ascension and our jubilee. They want our attention, right? They want us to pop off this summer. They're going to do something that's going to gauge people to get in the streets and, you know what I'm saying? Respond in a way in which they can activate their true hate because they're really scared. And dealing with them when they're fragile and their level of fragility is not the safest thing. Because it's like when you put the scary person's back against the wall and what they might do to you. Right? So you got to give them some distance, right? And you got to find something else to do. Rather than paying like so much attention to what it is that they're doing. You feel me? You just got to, in your mind, be like, yeah, I'm going through a divorce. I'm going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? We split the crib, you go over there.
You
Come
want
over here.
custody of the kids.
Yeah, our lawyers could talk, but we don't gotta see each other and shit, you know? We might see each other every now and then at funerals, but we don't gotta hang out no more. There's nothing left, there's nothing there. There's nothing of value that I'm saying that we're able to extract by keeping close proximity to these individuals. We got work to do, you know what I'm saying? And we got connections to make through the rest of the world, because they're playing this isolation in this game. They're closing the doors. And the thing is that when you go abroad, people will tell you, like they told us when we went to the UN, they're like, yeah, it's cute. They're like, but when you leave this shit, like, those people speak for you. When we see y'all, unfortunately, we gotta see them because we can't get to y'all without going through them.
Right.
Y'all don't have a direct connection or pipeline to these, the continental diasporic African. They said y'all don't got a flag, so y'all don't got a seat at the table. So it's like every time we come and sit at the table, it's them that we gotta talk to. We ask them about y'all, they be like, them niggas good. They don't need us. Nah, they don't need nothing. Then we got them. So they can't even get to you, because diplomatically they can't violate and come and see you as a person. They gotta deal with you from nation to nation. But they like, y'all not a nation. Y'all got a flag, y'all can't sit at the table. We can only wave at you from afar.
Damn.
It's like, we can't talk to y'all. That's a violation. These niggas own you. So it's a messy divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's not amicable. It's irreconcilable differences. You feel me? But yeah, we gotta see in us something that we haven't seen for the longest time. And the only way to do that, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to say in love, but if we are damaged, if we're hurt, right? It's very hard to put 1,000 pieces of broken glass together. Somebody's gonna get cut.
Damn.
Somebody get cut. So we be like, yo, black folks is not capable of unity. Black folks are jagged pieces. So you're gonna unify jagged pieces together? It's like, no, everybody's gonna get cut. So where do you go to do the work? How do you know that the work is working? You know what I'm saying? And then how do you know to bring yourself around someone else that you can identify has done the work? It's not going to trigger that trauma and you relapse back into, you know what I'm saying? An emotional blob or something like that. It's reactionary and it's just moving without thinking, because, I don't want to get into all of the biological stuff that might be going on with us, but I'm very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I'm very optimistic about what our opportunities and our chances in the future may potentially look like. I think that there's still going to be a catalyst that's going to have to push us forward, and that catalyst might not be cute. You know what I'm saying? But we're already here. You know what I mean? And if them people start scrapping with one another, just get out the way. And we need to find somewhere to get low. You know what I mean? Because they like Kanye. They're looking for somebody to take them out. They're looking for somebody to take them out, right? I see a lot of similarities in Donald Trump and Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? No, they're definitely both Geminis, but beyond that, I'm just saying this crash out, you know what I mean? Like, you just wigging, you like, them niggas don't get no sleep.
Right.
They don't get no sleep. They don't get no sleep. They wigging. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's taking bumps or something. It's just, somebody taking a bump or something and nobody's getting no sleep. So you get a lot of you got a lot of irrational behavior. You got a lot of just lash outs and, you feel me? And you talking to somebody like you really want to get smacked. You talking to somebody like you want to get packed up. Kanye want to get packed up. He just don't have enough nuts to do it himself. That's the thing. He's so suicidal and he hates life so much, but he can't do it. He's a coward that can't do it himself. So he wants to be martyred, and he's gauging people to do it, but he don't understand that he got the covering and no one is willing to go that far with it. So now he's stuck in his invincibility factor. He's pumped himself up to look so anointed, right? That even the people who's used to putting people like him to sleep don't want to put them up. They're like, yeah, just leave him alone to his own devices. And we're forced to watch him just destroy and implode himself. And it's the same thing we watching with Trump. Self-destruction. And he's like, shit, y'all put me in a position, I'm gonna just destroy everything. I'm gonna destroy it all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. What else am I gonna do? So, yeah, we're in a situation. I wouldn't say it's a weird situation because it's very much in alignment with the prophetic, you know, astrological. If you know how to read the tea leaves, everything is doing what it's supposed to do. You feel me? It's just a factor that remains to be, you know, it's still some blanks that need to be filled in, and that's where we come in. The decisions that we ultimately make for ourselves. Our future is not predestined. Our future is not determined. Our future is not solidified yet. You know what I'm saying? There's many variables and alternative ways that this thing could go, but it's still up to us to make that decision. Victory is still ours. At the end of the day, there's nothing that says that we cannot come out of this with everything that we have been looking for, everything that we've been asking for, and everything that we deserve. You feel me? So, I just want us to be very cognizant, very aware, but also very active, because that's where the magic is going to happen. The magic is going to happen when you least expect it. The magic is in the momentum. As long as you're moving, as long as you're grooving, as long as your mind is not on that stuff, but you are, like me and Sis was talking, right? And I was showing her some of the stuff I'm doing with media. You know what I'm saying? This stuff makes me feel like I'm 5 again. So I'm so consumed in the shit that brings me enjoyment. I'm so consumed in the things that I feel are fortifying, like, oh, if I do this today, it's gonna pay off for me tomorrow. So I'm making investments in time. I'm staking myself in the future. I'm not just thinking I should be here because I deserve to be here. I'm saying, yo, let me petition with the universe to let them know how much I appreciate life. To let them know that I'm not convinced that regardless of what I'm seeing on TV that, you know, something's gonna happen to me or what have you. I'm not buying into none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm preparing for the future. I'm not just thinking about myself. You know what I mean? And these are just things, again, that I do to condition myself, to make myself available to the universe. So when I'm expecting something in terms of a blessing or block, it just ain't gonna come out of nowhere. You feel me? It's like put in the work, and then you're gonna be in receivership for the rewards. But don't just think that your melanin is popping just because you got melanin. Yeah, we need you to use that melanin magic to create some magic. So that the magic can connect with the other magic, and how can they compete with our magic? Feel me? They cannot compete with our magic. Only we can defeat ourselves by thinking less of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And not activating, you know, our true potential. You feel me? But I know that there's a different time that's coming in terms of the change. Because like I said, I can feel it. And I just want to be a harbinger, just to sound the alarm, that not that something different is coming, something different is here. You know, that alignment and conjunction that took place, again, like I said, it was either yesterday or it's happening right this moment. But we are shifting and we are moving into a space and time where we're going to have a lot more access to our powers. You know what I'm saying? And the universe is going to conspire in our favor. But it also said that it's going to be the potential for, you know, societal breakdown and civil unrest. And that's what they're moving towards. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying? Get out of their way, find something else to do. We could garden, we could farm, we could build houses out in the country somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We can make babies. We can do whatever we need to do. But what we should not be doing is saving them from their own goddamn. We seen what just happened. They did this to themselves. So anything that comes with that, you feel me? You seen the whole play. You like, goddamn. These people was coming to them trying to give them everything. They spit in their face, kicked them in their head. You feel me? They like, yeah, we your allies. They was wilding on them. You see what they did to Zelensky? They was DP. They was double. I ain't never seen the gangster shit like these some gangsters for real. They big you in the White House.
Program.
Hey, Blue.
Big draw.
No, I just want to
Big
say,
draw.
like, look, we be locked in on the land, putting in work,
Yes.
planting seeds. I'm talking about we might do a festival, 3
Give him the
days
mic.
or something like that, locked in.
Yes.
Look, we locked in on the land, getting work done. What's the foundation? Securing the food, securing the water sources. You don't directly have to have it, but build an association with the ones that do. You feel
That's what
me?
I'm saying. Yeah.
So we put our head down. It might be 3 days. I ain't on my phone. We locked in. I pull up after the 3-day festival or whatever, where we build a community, plant seeds. Zelensky and Trump arguing online. I mean, I'm just saying, we don't even know this shit going on in the world.
Yeah, I know.
We locked in, head down, putting in work, getting shit done. Then we look up and we see everybody been following what Zelensky and Trump was arguing about for 3 days, while we was planting seeds for 3 days. It said the Black Wall Street of Oklahoma was built on 40 acres.
Yep, 40.
40 acres.
Yep.
We got hundreds of acres. The town I come from, a little small town, but it's 500 acres. We have the same equivalent. We have more land than that. We got it. Look no further.
Right.
Let's do
And
it.
this is here.
The rest
Let's
is
be
making
clear.
our mind up, and it ain't gonna be all of us. The ones who are making their mind up, looking for such, because a lot of us is like, oh, we need to, let's do it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Get that brother a hand, please.
I don't know what.
Yeah. I left New York. I'm sure other people who left New York can attest. We left for the very same reasons, right? And we all had these aspirations. We city slickers, right? With southern inclinations. And we like, treat us nice. Show us how to do this land shit because we come from the projects. And the most land niggas ever seen was Central Park. And everybody don't do that. So it's like, yeah, that's the ideal. That's the dream. The reason I wanted to move to the South is we would come down in May, right? May set Malcolm X Fest
Malcolm
sets
X
off
Fest.
that sets the summer off.
In
And then you
Atlanta.
go to Atlanta, Malcolm X Fest is crazy and shit, right? You see the baddest shorties ever, they be with dweebs, you like, what's this? They like, oh, that's that Spelman Morehouse shit, you wouldn't understand. You're like, God, I gotta move down here, what the fuck's going on? And you're like, you'll never see them again. You only see them at Malcolm X, just like in New York, you only see them at BAM, right? And then you'll never see them again, but it incentivizes you, right? You're like, damn, I know where the baddies is at, I need to get my life together. And you're like, shit, I gotta go back home. And then you go back to the jungle, and you're like, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen the sun in 4 days because the buildings are so goddamn high.
Right.
Right? You know, it blocks the sun out.
No vitamin D.
People is nasty.
It stinks.
You feel me? It stinks.
Right.
You got 90-year-olds pushing you, like, move out the way now.
Rats fighting you for
I'm
Wi-Fi.
dead.
Yeah, they fighting you for the Wi-Fi.
I had made my mind up to move when I think it was in 2019, and I went to New York. I went somewhere and I was coming back to New York, and we flew in, and it was snowing, but the snow was dirty. I flew into Queens, so the shit looked like tombstones because the snow was black. And I was like, yo, I get off the plane, and they got the plane to the train. Take the plane to the train, right? You jump off JFK, you get on the A train. Yo, the lady had to be 90. She was pushing the cart. First of all, I had to step over a homeless nigga to get on the train, right? And then the 90-year-old lady it was 8:30 in the morning. I was like, come on, Ma, you can't be serious. I'm carrying these big ass, I got luggages and shit. She pushed me out the way like, oh, nigga. I was like, this is it. I'm being triggered to pop off on a 90-year-old lady. And she see me with these bags, and it was cold. It was freezing. I got these bags and shit. My wheel done broke. I'm stressed because I gotta pull that shit. I'm like, nah, life is not fair. I'm out of here. I made my mind up. I was like, I need more room, space. All the people on top of one another. And then the smells in the train, you're like, nah, son. There's nothing sanitary about this. And then the Spirit told me and said, look, in the event that anything happens in this city, sanitary-wise, it's the last place you want to be. So I got out right before COVID. December 2019 at the end. Right? On the 21st, I got out right before. And then that shit started popping off. And then I went up to New York. I had to do an event.
In February, you got sick.
We went up there.
Oh yeah, you was with
You
us.
was there. You was
We was
there.
on the boat.
The
We
day
was on the
before
ferry.
COVID hit.
We was on the ferry.
Yeah, we was in the ferry. It was.
We see the victim. We see your room. We see the Asian dude. What we thought, whatever it was. Yeah.
See some crazy shit, right? And we was like, yo, it's time to get out of New York.
Oh,
The next day, they locked that shit down. We was on the highway. I got hit with something. So I was hemmed up in the back. They was nursing me and shit. I was going through cold sweats. We got up out of there. And you cross that Mason-Dixon, and the weather increased by 30 to 40 degrees. And you're like, oh shit, I just made it to paradise? What the fuck happened? New York is cruel on the body. It's cruel on the mind. You know what I'm saying? And it can make your heart heavy because you just lose all faith in humanity. And you wanna, you know what I mean? So you like, damn, like, it's just different. But then we get out here, we get to the South and we get humanized again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We learn the foundations of what made our nanas because they came from the soil, they came from these environments. We learn a little bit more about our history. You learn that the cracker down here is different from the one in New York. Oh shit. It's different. But I dealt with some Italian crackers, so Hillbilly, you need to sit down because until you dealt with some John Gotti crackers, you ain't dealt with no crackers. So, and I guess, like, yeah, I used to have to pay rent to the Hasidims. You never had a nigga with curly locks coming in. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear nothing that you gotta say, white boy. So it's a different degree of things, but we love it down here, and I think that we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our ancestors who made the initial migration. As the progenitors, you know, we're making the reverse migration, but they left the South to go to the North because they couldn't have access to land out here to build. There was constrictions. They didn't have work. They didn't. But we could be digital nomads. We got different access. We don't have those excuses no more. So we owe it to ourselves to circle the block and get it right. We can literally build a town. We can literally build a village. We can literally get lost on land and access timber and build our own cribs with our own hands.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. There's an overabundance of amigos available for this kind of work right now, and we're not taking advantage of it. Right? Y'all trying to get out of Dodge? Come on the land. Right? But you gonna work. You gonna work, and they're like, we cool with that. They cool with that. They you know, it's built into their culture. They like, we'll work, you know, we'll work for food. We'll work for shelter. You feel me? We'll work for Coronas.
Right. Have him or we'll travel.
Yeah, have camera, yeah. And that's what they want. I'm not even making a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's this. They're very peaceful people, man. They're very simple and peaceful people. We used to beat up on them in New York. I feel bad. It was Fridays too, right? They was just, you just knew they was the late. They got hard hands though, man.
Canelo.
You always catch them. They be like, and then they got a pocket full. They be stumbling on
Right.
Niggas but they are peaceful people, and I, with all of that junk that we put them through, they're still peaceful. They will still put that work in. You know what I'm saying? And we know that there's a flip side to them, and thank goodness we ain't have to see that back home. You feel me? But yeah, there's so much, you know, that we can take advantage of. And when I say take advantage, I don't mean in an exploitative way. I mean to co-create migrants and machines. Migrants and machines. That's how you close the gap. That's how we get serious about this building that we're supposed to be doing for these children, right? Not for ourselves, for these children. How they do maximize in the amount of time with the amount of resources that we have to play catch up and then catapult past the competition. Migrants and machines.
That's right.
Right? So we have some formulative plans that we're going to be rolling out and introducing. Like I said, in the interim, I'm working to consolidate media because media is the arm of military. And I'll leave you in this. If nothing else, when I studied what was going on, because I've been studying, this is all about the narrative. They have put everything in place to control the narrative. And Trump's entire cabinet is media, right? It's all media. So if you do not have a media apparatus, you're not in the game, and you can't combat the propaganda, right? They said that they got 2 black networks, but I said we have one as well. And they don't know about us, and that's cool, because we still got work to do to build it up. ConnectToYourCity.com is the network. It has 200 plus channels under it right now. It's like DirecTV, right? And the one thing that Obama did afford us was the Net Neutrality Act. So while they say he did nothing, he did pass legislation that made it possible for melanated people to have access to broadband satellite, where when they go to war, they can't take our feed, they can't take our satellites or nothing from us, because normally when they gotta prioritize missiles and satellites and everything, they take the broadband from you. But so in the event of war and all of that, we can't be taken down, we can't be censored, they can't block what we're saying, right? They can't do none of that, and that's right now. And yeah, so I'm working on the programming aspect. My love is the news. I come from a journalist background. I've been reporting news since 2001, but I want to be, you know, I want to be up there on my Tom Brokaw shit. You know what I'm saying? Staying in front, informing the people. This information is going to be the determining factor because there's so much misinformation. And like I said, they are globally gaslighting. They have perfected it too. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Drake. And be like, oh, what's wrong with you? You okay? You all right? You seem a little frazzled. You all right there? So, yeah, don't let them gaslight you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and with that, family, I do want to say thank you. That's my time. And it's your brother Blue. Report live to you. Peace.
Y'all can do better than that. All right, so who got a curfew? Keep it a buck. You got curfew? You got curfew? You got curfew? You got curfew? No problem. You know, we gonna call the halfway house and try to get y'all in this. Just playing. We gonna get y'all out of here very soon. We're not gonna make this an all-nighter. However, like I said, today's a special day. It's a Nipsey day. You feel me? It's our ritual. This is how we do ceremony and whatnot. We're gonna keep his spirit alive by playing his music and whatnot. We're gonna play a little bit of consciousness, a little bit of we got this right here. We call this Cosmic Soul. How many people heard the Fax remix? from the 44 tops. Alright? You know what I mean? Cosmic soul, for the soul and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna play a little bit of that. We got the bar open, non-alcoholic drinks, cranberry, and then we got everything else. We got some food next door, and we got the vendors in the building. Blue Pills message was powerful, you know. At this point, we should be connecting with the brother who has the land, right? And consolidating our resources, because literally, we came down here to open up the corridor. Like I said, it's Charlanta, right? So we gotta start working right now to build that bridge. They already gonna bring it together. And we're gonna be back. Y'all gonna see a lot of us in the Carolinas and whatnot. We have a trip that's coming up where we're gonna be going to Sapelo Island. We are tapping in with the ancestors over there. They need us, okay? I went over there 2 years ago, spent the night. It was a mystical experience. That land is sacred, okay? How many people have ever been to Sapelo Island? I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Sapelo Island, you know, Gullah Geechee land, right over Savannah.
Oh, Gullah Geechee land.
Right? You gotta take a ferry over there and whatnot. So
I ain't go by. I've been on the coast looking over.
yeah, it's fire. I think it's something called Hawks Point or something, but it's a beautiful land. We over there, right? But they're trying to take it from our
Somebody
people.
said they got feral hogs over there.
Feral hogs over there, you know what I mean? You know, I was driving last night, and a revelation had hit me because I almost had ran over a marsupial. Yeah, a goddamn marsupial was trying to cross the highway. I'm like, family! So I was like, shit, what the fuck? We traded rats for raccoons. That's y'all rats. Like, you know, no judgment, but that's literally y'all rats. So when y'all come to New York and be like, well, goddamn it, you gotta fight the rats for pizza. I'm like, my nigga, did y'all see the raccoons out here? Like, the possums. Possums, the marsupials, the raccoons. Like, we're literally in their house though. Right?
Yeah.
Where I live at, I'm in a cul-de-sac, and deers and whatnot. I'm like, yo, we're literally invading on deer land. They'll take a whole swamp, stop that shit up, stop up the swamp, and make a cul-de-sac. And you like, yo, I got a new, you know what I'm saying, development. No, nigga, you in the swamp. You in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? With mad newspaper underneath your house, holding it up. Like, let's stop playing. There's crocodiles in your hood. But we're going to take another break. Who got a stopwatch? Because we got to stay on time. We're going to take another break. We're going to show the vendors some love one more again, right? And then I will close out this thing and whatnot and get us home to the promised land. I promise you. You know what I mean? And yeah, so we're going to do 15 minutes for the vendors and whatnot. We're going to play a little bit of music and get the vibe going, and then we'll be back to close this out. Clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves. Thank you. Love and light. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
End it? Yeah.